Section 2, Video 3. So now let's look at cube roots. Now with cube roots, we need groups of 3 if we found prime factors. And in the method we're talking about, we're looking for perfect cubes, numbers that we can cube root, and the largest one. Now we have to remember, as in other cases, we have a 5 sitting out there that we must bring into the picture at the end. So we start with 256. Now if and above we have a list of perfect cubes. If I start with 512, of course that couldn't go into it. 343, too big. 216 does not go into it. 125 does not go into it, but 64 does. And 256 divided by 64 gives us 4. So I can rewrite this as, and 64 is a perfect cube also, and we have 64 times 4. Now I'm going to rewrite a to the 6th in groups of 3. So a3 and a3 still gives us 6 of them. B squared cannot be changed. So now I'm going to rewrite them in their own roots. So we have cube root 64, cube root 4, cube root a cubed, cube root of a cubed, and cube root of b squared. Now we did this on purpose. We can cube root 64, and it is 4. We cannot cube root 4, but we can cube root a cubed. It's just a, another a, and these two are still in the cube root. So we have 4b squared. Now remember, we still have a 5 out there needing to be dealt with. So we end up with 20, and since there's two a's, we say a squared, cube root 4b squared. So again, an alternative method to finding the prime factors. You can do the prime factors, but this is considered a more efficient way. So again, the choice is yours. Next one, we have a 4th root. So groups of 4. Now this one we don't have a list. So I would recommend when we get such large roots like this that it is probably best just to find the prime factors. So if we did that, we would start by saying 62, well 2 goes into that 81 times, and this is a picture of the older method. We have 9 times 9, 3 times 3, 3 times 3. Those are the prime factors. So we would say, and I'm just going to write it out this way, 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And then I'm going to write x to the 4th, x to the 1, just because it's easier than me writing them all out. And I'm going to write y to the 4th, and y to the 4th. I want them in groups of 4. Okay. Now this is all to the 4th root. So again, as we said, groups of 4 can come out. So that gives me a 3, an x, a y, and a y. And what's left? We have a 2 in there, and we have an x. Remember that we have a 4 sitting out there waiting to be dealt with the numbers that come out. So we end up with 12x, and we have 2 y's, so it becomes y squared, 4th root of 2x. So again, when we recommend it with cubes and squares because we know those pretty comfortably, but with 4th roots and 5th roots and so on, it probably is best just to find the prime factors. And this ends Section 2, Video 3.